For me, one of the biggest challenges in law school, especially as a man of color, is kind of a conflict between, oftentimes we came to law school because there are so many social ills in our society in terms of access to education, access to healthcare, access to justice, and where we come from these communities that have been denied resources and a seat at the table. And so we want to go to law school in order to help people become empowered and to use our law degrees as a tool for social justice. But on the other hand, law school, once you get there, you realize there's a large herd mentality. Everyone wants to go to big firms, and all of the coursework is geared towards business association and corporate finance and working on journals that are prestigious but only really for big firms. And so it becomes a large conflict because you have your social justice ideals and you have a community which does not celebrate those ideals. And so it's really hard because you have to try to balance the two of those. And so for me, the challenge was maintaining my values, but also trying to be successful in a traditional sense in law school. And so the way I did it was to maintain a curriculum and a coursework that allows me to help communities that are marginalized. When I was a first-year law student, we had a clinic that entailed working with LGBT asylum seekers from Latin America. And with a partner, I was actually able to help an asylee get full status in the United States based on his LGBT status. And because I did this program, I couldn't do certain other things. I couldn't do the internal negotiations trial. I couldn't do the internal business associations competition. However, I felt that it was more important to really help someone in a real and impactful way. And so I chose to pursue that venue as opposed to another one. A second kind of manifestation of this conflict happens when you're a second-year law student. Because as a first-year law student, all your courses are set. You don't really have choice in terms of electives. But as a second and third-year law student, you actually get a chance to choose what you want to take. And so I chose not to write on to law review because I knew I wanted to do an international human rights clinic. And International Human Rights Clinic was very time consumptive, and I could not do law review and the Human Rights Clinic. And so that was kind of another way in which you have to kind of choose a juncture between like what your values are and what law school celebrates. Because on paper, the law review is a lot more prestigious. But to me, working with international refugees and doing human rights was a lot more important for my career goals and for my kind of career trajectory than that of my peers. And so at the end of the day, I think when it comes to law school and the challenge of maintaining the values you come in with and trying to be successful in the traditional sense, is to really think about what's important to you, the reasons you came to law school, and despite other people's goals and ideals, to maintain your own. Because at the end of the day, there's so many people who follow that herd mentality and they're really unhappy, they're really unfulfilled, and they feel really empty. And I think that if you follow your passions, even though it may be more challenging, it may be more difficult, at the end of the day, you'll be a lot happier and you'll look back on your law school experience and be like, it was worth it, I wasn't miserable, it was the best years of my life as opposed to the worst years of your life.